Right, let's go. So we're going back to the spot we were doing in the last video, at the top of a hill and a newly planted bit of the wood on the east side. I'm with my brother today. Hopefully it won't rain too. Just show you the view out here. So basically this is formerly either pasture or cultivated, this area, until about 10 years ago, I assume. Now the views that so the Roman road was about a quarter of a mile to the east of here, and it ran across the valley according to Margery. Certainly there was a road used by Romans that terminated just to the east. A bit to the south, going to the coast in Sussex, is rather tenuous. Alright, I've got 13 here, so let's see what that is. Where is it now? 14, 13, 14. Alright, let's see what that one is. Alright. What's that piece of iron? Don't really know at this point. Oh, it's not that anyway. Something small. We got something very small. You're joking? Modern coin, is it? It is a piece of copper by the looks of it. Can't really see what that's going to be honest. Dan says he's found a coin.
It's a 5p.
Oh, it's a 5p. Oh, it's probably by the tree planters.
Still nice to find.
Yeah, it's good to start with a coin anyway.
Yeah. That was an 11, but a nice clean sound.
We got 14, I believe. So 14, but the thing against it is that it's only 30% on the depth, so I'm thinking it's quite shallow. Right, can't immediately see anything. What have we got? Sorry? You just have to sort of weave between the trees down. How do you detect in this wood when it's so woody, he said. Right. As long as you haven't got brambles, that's the key. Right, where's this gone? Right, it's gone really rickety, the signal, so I'll come back. Despite the signal going really rickety, it's actually a 50p piece. Yeah, 50p piece, so there we go. I've got one here which is about 15, signal here, in the newly planted area adjoining the wooded valley that I was picturing in my last video. So I'll turn the Bluetooth off. $16, but it's 80% on the depth scale, so I'll give that a dig and see what that is. Right, what we got in this hole? Looks like a piece of lead. Don't know if that's it. Yeah, it is. Small piece of lead. Nondescript, unfortunately. So, apart from the Roman road that's a quarter of a mile to the east, parts of which are conjectural anyway, and basically was plotted by Margery between the wars. This part of the Weald, as I've said, the evidences of Saxon occupation is very, very slim, certainly in the early phase anyway. And with the end of, they didn't pick up on the iron production. And then later in the Saxon period, basically the manors that are on the edge of the chalk had dens in the woods, because this was a big forest called Andredswold, and covered a huge area of parts of Sussex and Kent. And basically they had sub-manors which were connected to the manors on the edge of the chalk, which they had for basically penning of pigs and other animals. Anyway, I've got a signal here. Dan's just coming over, his batteries have run out, so I'll come back to you on that one. Right, unfortunately again, because it's shallow and the nature of the sound, I'm going to abort that. Just check it was shallow. Curiosity got the better of me on that one. It was I don't know what that is, sort of square-shaped cover copper alloy of some description. Don't think it's terribly old, but there we are. For that, I'll just look at this one, 2122, a real pinger. It's just shallow, unfortunately, so expecting it to be a modern coin actually. What's it likely to be? A pound coin, possibly? 2122, something like that. Might be a ring pull. No, I was right, that's a pound coin. Now, I had trouble at the bank with this the other day. Same style of coin I found up here. They said it was too eroded to exchange it for me, but they changed the other two that I had. Just this particular one, they couldn't read enough on it apparently. So, given that this target's shallow, but it does sound like a coin too. 22. It's going to be another pound coin, isn't it? Dan's found something that could possibly be a coin, but the acid's in the soils here. Oh, it is definitely a coin. I think that's a 2p, unfortunately. It might be. No, I don't know.
Flaky. That's what I mean. That's a bit.
Oh no.
It's a machine part, is it?
It's too light to be.
Is that a hole in the middle? Is it a washer?
Don't know. We won't know till we clean it up, unfortunately, Dan. We'll get back to the pound coin. Alright, so going back to that original hole that we're doing that was 21, I think we got a bit of aluminium. Ouch. Should pull that out with my glove, of course. Yeah, aluminium can. Oh well, such is life. Most of these shallow ones are modern bits and pieces. But we'll give this one a dig. 15 on the scale anyway, that's 50% on the depth stakes. Just had a dreadful thought that my phone camera was in back to front mode, so I've been filming myself all this afternoon. All morning, sorry. Not terribly clever, but there we go. Got 20p there. A modern 20p. On to the next. Quite interesting because it's only 9 on the scale, but it's 80% on the depth stakes, so have a look. Evidently not that deep. In the clod. I think we found it. Oh, there it is. Actually see it, I don't need the pinpointer. Tiny fleck of aluminium, fortunately. That's what it is. Nothing to write home about. This would have been largely forested in the Roman period. And this is our permission. It's been freshly planted up. I'm with Dan, my brother, today. We haven't found anything ancient yet, unfortunately, but we still hold out a small amount of hope. Time for a cup of coffee, he says. Enough money for a cup of coffee, there we go. Between us. Right, so finding lots of, well, a couple of modern coins. All of the signals seem to be shallow. 22 here. This one's 50% on the depth. Certainly sounds like a pound. 22. What do you reckon? Another pound? Right. What's in here? Not very deep, as I say. Somewhere here. Right. Strange, it's clear as all day. There it is. Whatever it is. What we got? It's a pound. Oh, that's a nice one. See what the soil here does to the... forget what these things are made of. But anyway, bright orange. Right, Dan's Orky headphones have run out. Mine seem to be okay. AUKEY. They're APTX, and they work well with the Vanquish generally, but he said they were charged all night. 15. That's quite too large to be a coin, I think. I was wrong. I can see it's a 20p piece. I can see it. Or some. No, it's not. It's a. Yes, it is. 20p piece. So obviously a lot of coins strewn across this area. All modern. But 22, very shallow. I reckon this is another pound coin. Hopefully, anyway. That'll make it £3. Right, it's in the clod. I reckon that's a pound coin. It'll be nice. It will cover a sandwich. Ah, it's gold, but it's a 50 centimes. Oh, that looks so much like a gold coin. No, it's got that gold bloody. It's in perfect condition. Yeah. 10 or 11. So I'm reckoning on 1p or something. After 92, the 1p's and 2p's were made of steel, and then they're only copper plated. Before that, they were copper. Anyway, we'll see what this one is. It's in the clod. Not terribly deep, maybe 4 inches. 10 or 11, as I say. On the scale, what's it going to be? Yeah. This time it's a bit older. Oh no, it's not. It's a 5p. Is that a 5p? Or is that an old... Yeah. Pretty sure that's a 5p. Now going to the other bit of the wood, closer to the river, having just found modern coins at the spot we were in previously. This track was marked on the 1801 map, as I've pointed out in my previous videos. So see if we can't find something along here. Right, I've got a 2224, another pound coin. Hopefully, but it's quite boggy, so we'll see. No, there are loads of shotgun cartridges in this bit of the wood, being the formative wood, not the sort of add-on wood that we've just been in. So I don't know if this is going to be one of those. My pinpointer. It's a pound coin. Another pound coin. I did think it might be. So that's £3.50 so far, and a bit more in loose change. It's the 1801 track going down there with the river below that we did in the last two videos. Say 1801 track, it was on the 1801 map. It's probably a lot older in actual fact. I've got a distant, faint 14, it's full depth. Could be small, of course. Dan's got a bottle top. Yeah, there will be lots of shotgun cartridges. You have to dig probably 30 to 50%. Right, not quite so deep as I'd hoped, because it's in that clod there. Foil maybe? Hope not. Right. There are literally dozens of shotties in this wood, but as I say, if you don't dig them, you won't find the coins or whatever else of interest. Where is it? After all that, it was still in the hole. You can see some green oxide. I don't know what that is. It's a piece of aluminium, possibly part of munitions that's from the air. Aluminium, it's duralium that turns that colour. So, goodness knows, a little bit of wartime detritus. Indent in the ground, I should say, not in the wood, like I said in my last video.
Can you find it for me again? I've lost it.
Can you move your leg? Sorry.
Are you picking up my jean studs? Flung it over there, have I?
It's in the spill. Slightly, the sound of it to me was like a shotty. Got it? Oh.
No.
Yeah, it's a shotty. End of a shotgun cartridge. There are just dozens of them, unfortunately. Right, this one's unusual because it's a slightly lower number. 7 or 8. 50% on the depth. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a shotty though. It's showing a broad scatter of sounds. It might be wire or something. That wire? Aluminium? Oh, hang on. Weird one. Oh, God, that could have so easily been a hammered coin, but it's not. It's, oh, hang on, what is it? It's a ring pull. Goddamn ring pull beaver tail. I think, yeah. Aluminium can. 6 or 7. Just turn the Bluetooth off so you can hear. I think it's 50%, 60% on the depth. On this detector, I think I've said before, it's -9 to +40 on the Vanquish. Anyway, it's come out of that 6-inch hole. I think that's going to be rubbish. We shall see. Oh, my pinpointer wouldn't switch off, this GP pinpointer. They're quite cheap, to be fair, but it could happen to any pinpointer, and the reason was it got water inside it. So it would work for a few seconds and then it would just stay on. It's highly infuriating, but basically once it was dried out it was alright. So clearly there was some water inside of it. Just be careful because there are vents obviously there for the speaker. Right. Shotty, but it's an old one. It's got the old pinfire shotgun cartridge. I think they're late 1800s, those ones. I haven't found one of those in this wood, so that's quite nice. See the pin sticking out? pinfire shotgun cartridge. 18, I don't know, 20 to 90, something like that. Right, Dan's got 11 here, which I think is a shotgun again. But this path isn't part of the original 1801 map. And in fact, we're coming to a point that on the 1801 map is the northern edge of the wood. So it's obviously been extended since 1801. But I haven't detected this bit, so we'll try a little bit here and then break for lunch.
We've lost it.
He says he's lost it. Oh, okay. Fighting over the target. It's got that kind of slightly fizzy sound, but you do have to dig them, unfortunately. What's that?
It's in there, isn't it?
Alright. You should. It's slightly more towards you, Dan. Slightly more that way, that's it. Can I just. Sorry, I'll just give you an exact point. There. Onto the centre of my detector there. But it's. Yeah. Don't know what to make of that. There it is, shotgun cartridge end.
Another one. Got my fifth.
Well, I dug 20 last time I came here, but I found about 5 coins too. That was the time before last, sorry. Here are the noises. It's basically Dan's behind me, and as I say, his Bluetooth headphones have run out, so I've got quite a pingy 14. Pretty sure that's a shotty. Depth, about 70% on the depth, so as I say, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a shotgun cartridge end, but you never know. Sorry, camera's down. It's a strong signal. What is it? Ah, it's blooming aluminium foil of some description, or tin. Edge of a can or something. Oh well. Now this is a nice sound, but it's shallow, so 23, 24. I think it's a bit high to be a pound coin on this occasion. There's old Danny's down there, going down a sort of ramp to the river. Problem with it is with the lower regions around the river valleys is that the soil tends to roll down, and stuff can be at greater depths than one might anticipate. So coming up on the ridge might get more soil erosion. Anyway, yeah. That sounds like a coin to me, but it's shallow, unfortunately. It's a bit weird because it's now showing full depth on the scale. It was a very sweet sound, and now it's slightly less a sweet sound, but not to be perturbed because depth is good. So you can find these bloody things everywhere on the scale. That was 21, 22, but obviously.
Is there anywhere else we can wander now after lunch, or is there a third area, there's no open ground?
No. Anyway, yeah, that was that. Alright, a nice 15 or 16, but it's shallow, unfortunately. So. Hopefully it won't take long to dig. It was a coin, I think it's a penny though, unfortunately, just a modern penny. Where is it? Can't immediately see anything. Hoping it might be a farthing or something, but can't immediately tell. Crusty as hell because of the acid soil here. Right, having just found what looked like a Victorian or Georgian farthing, got another signal. Could of course be a shotty 16. Check all the signals near to where one finds a coin, obviously. Oh, it's a shotty. It is a shotty on this occasion, sadly. Right, Dan's just found an interesting one. We've walked back, me from the car, quite a long way, because he's got quite a high number, 23, and it basically completely disappeared off the radar. And what happens is it's something lying flat, and then it's obviously gone down to the bottom of the hole, and I've scooped the contents of the hole out, and it's reappeared. So we're just about to find out what it is.
I think it's just a flake of, unless it's a very old, it's a piece of just rusted.
Is that it? Can you check your... Is that it?
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, after all that, it's just a fragment of...
my imagination.
Copper alloy or...
Sorry.
Yeah.
It was worth digging at 23.
Oh, definitely worth digging, but that's what it was, unfortunately. That would have been so easily a hammered coin. Yeah, quite. So there we go. Check the contents at the bottom of the hole, because if the thing goes... If the object swings around into the vertical, it goes out of range. Right, so 42 items dug. Those on the right are mine, and those on the left are my brother's. Funny enough, we dug 21 targets each in, what, 2 or 3 hours, was it?
4.
Right, Dan says 4. Right, anyway, unfortunately we didn't find anything ancient, but anyway, starting with this, we've got a copper alloy top from some piece of machinery, I'd say, another piece of machinery. Then we've got modern coins that were found near to the woodshed. We've got 1, 2, 3 pound coins. This is all my stuff. 50p, 2 modern 20p's and a 5p. So 4.95. Is that 4.95? 3.95. Sorry. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This shotgun cartridge end is quite interesting because it's called a pinfire, and they tend to be a slightly older style. So rather than have an inbuilt percussion cap, they basically had this tube on the top. So that's an interesting item. My most interesting item in the end was this, I believe it's a Georgian farthing. It's either George or Victoria, but I think it's a George. 4-hole button, 50 centimes. Now that looked like it was going to be something really exciting because it's golden colour, but it's modern 50 centimes. Well, let's say it's relatively modern, yeah. I don't know what that was, piece of a pot or something. Right, on to Dan's finds. Dan found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shotties. We believe that's a 10p because basically it's certainly modern, it's manufactured, it's very uniform in shape. We've got a £1 coin, earlier style £1 like mine, 20p, 5p, another piece of machinery, bottle top, someone had a bottle of wine, don't know what that is, piece of machinery, a ring pull, and a little piece of lead. That's actually that tiny thing, that was the last thing that Dan found. It's actually, the line through it is typical of shrapnel, so basically exploding bombs that contain that within the compound they contained. But that was it, 42 finds. As I say, nothing ancient, but the oldest is possibly that Georgian farthing. Sometimes the most unlikely objects, and I said at 2.5 minutes into the video this was a piece of copper, turn out to be something interesting, but it's not. It's earthenware, terracotta pottery with a similar thickness of lead underneath it, so could be very interesting. Could in fact be the oldest item that we found. Bye.